everyone, and welcome to EWA Monday Madness. And we are kicking things off this week with Katie Tatum, who gets a Hurricane Rana, and followed it up by a standing shooting star press by Reika Hoshino, and she goes off for an acai moonsault. Reika taking the fight right to Katie Tatum, and what a way to kick things off on a big night. We're a week removed from the crowning of a new EWA World Heavyweight Champion in Beauregard King. And in our main event this evening, it's the EWA World Tag Team Championships that will be on the line as Rock and Rumble are set to defend against Neon Hearts. But here, we've got these two ladies squared off as Reika applies a standing top wrist lock to Katie Tatum. Can Temper Tatum get loose here? No, Reika trips her down to the mat. And now she quickly goes in for a pin attempt. But she only gets one as Katie kicks out. Oh, Tatum caught her with a kick right to the head. Both women now locked up again. And it's Reika on top again with this standing wrist lock. Full arm dragon twist. And she's got it applied. Transitions now into a hammerlock. And she is really grinding away here on Katie Tatum. Oh, Tatum's able to escape and then takes her down with a fireman's carry. And now Tatum has an armbar locked in. Oh, Tatum now just grinding her towards the canvas there. Putting as much pressure on that shoulder as she can, but Reika fights back up. But Tatum arm drags her down and then follows it up with a running lariat. But Reika back to her feet quickly. Inverted atomic drop. She sends her over the top rope and down to the floor. Reika now taking a second to salute the crowd as she now goes to the outside in a running, rolling senton. Reika up onto the barricade. What's she thinking here? Flying blockbuster off the barricade to the floor. Katie, though, gets the upper hand as she sends Reika over towards the timekeeper's area, but Reika kips back up to her feet, and then a Hurricane Rana again takes Katie down. Both women now back to their feet. Tatum grabs on, but Reika fights loose. Charges in. Handspring elbow, but Tatum avoids. Tatum gets back into the ring. And now both women back inside. Tatum has the Irish whip reversed. Reika grabs her from behind, but Tatum catches her with an elbow to the face. But again from behind, again another elbow. Reika, though, fighting loose again. Tatum rolls away. Grabs her from behind. This time it's Reika with the back elbow. Going for another handspring. Oh, she catches her. And a flying, spinning head scissors. Reika goes for the cover. But Tatum kicks out at 1. Reika now turns her over, but Katie kicks her away. She picks her up and just tosses her. Suplex slam. And now Tatum into the cover. She gets 2, but Reika kicks out at 2. Oh, Tatum, you can see that temper mounting a little bit there. Visibly frustrated. But now Tatum setting her up, grabs her. Half and half suplex. Tatum now repositions her away from the ropes, and now she's going to go for a pinfall attempt. She gets 2, but no, Reika kicks out just before the 3, and again, you see that visible frustration on the face of Temper Tatum. as she yanks Reika up and tosses her over toward the corner. Tatum now sizing her up. Picks her up into a fireman's carry position and down into a side slam. Tatum tries to pick her up, but Reika catches her with an elbow. Oh, she went for what looked like maybe a wheelbarrow, but Tatum blocked it. And now she goes for the cover. She looks like, wait a second, her feet are on the middle ropes. And no, the referee saw it just before the 3 count. Oh, that's giving Reika a chance to recover here. Pendulum backbreaker. Reika now. What she got in mind? Oh, big double stomp from a standing position. Driving her into the mat and going for the cover too. No, Tatum gets the right shoulder up. Reika thought she had her there. Oh, working on that shoulder. Acai moonsault finds the mark again. Tatum rolling over towards the ropes, pulling herself up. Reika charged in, but Tatum vaulted her over to the apron. Reika back inside though, but Tatum again lifts her up onto the shoulders. Reika Hoshino elbows to the face. Grabs onto the arm. Oh, look at that. Yanks her into a back suplex. 1, 2. No, Tatum manages to kick out again, and Reika can't believe it. Tatum with a knee to the midsection. Sends her off on the Irish whip. Picks her up. Sidewalk slam. Tatum measuring her opponent here. She grabs Reika and brings her over to the corner. Rams her face first into that top turnbuckle pad. Couple of back elbows and wait a second. Tatum just yanked that top turnbuckle pad off. But she went for an elbow and missed, but the clothesline did not miss. Tatum now picking her back up. Oh, Reika avoids the punch. Delivering some strikes. European uppercut and down she goes. Reika goes to the middle turnbuckle here. Tatum trying to get to her feet. Diving Meteora from the middle rope. But Tatum back up quickly. And again with that half and half suplex. Dropped her right on her head. Tatum trying to get her away from the ropes. She might have her here. She hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. She got her. Let's go to the replay. As Reika was a ball of fire early with that acai moonsault. And then here from the barricade with that diving blockbuster. But then Tatum would catch her and just pick her up and slam her down. Going for the cover. But Reika would kick out. And then here Tatum hooks her. Half and half suplex, dropping her on the head. But then Reika here, big double stomp, driving her down to the mat. But Tatum would get the shoulder off the mat just before the 3. And again, Reika going for a pinfall. Again, getting a really close near fall. But then Tatum again grabs her from behind, slams her onto the top of her head. And that would be the knockout blow here as she gets the 3 count. Katie Temper Tatum picking up a win over Reika Hoshino to jumpstart us this week on Monday Madness. We've got our next match in the ring ready to go as it's Vince Varick taking on SPM. Bell sounds, this one's underway, and Varick taking it to SPM with a few strikes, and now both men locked up collar and elbow, and it's Varick who sends SPM back. He swung and missed with an enziguri as SPM got out of the way. And now a double sledge to the back by SPM. Grabs onto the leg and drives the knee into the mat. Varick back to his feet and takes him down with a standing drop kick and then a pump kick to follow it up. Always impressive to see the agility of Vince Varick on display as he hits a slingshot somersault senton. And now going to the power deadlift gut wrench powerbomb. Varick now with a snapmare. Butterfly hold here, but SPM with a headbutt to get free and now takes him down by the legs, turns him over with a reverse Boston Crab, but Varick quickly escapes. Vince now full Nelson, no transition, straight jacket German suplex with a bridge, one, but all he gets is one. Varick sends SPM off in the Irish whip and leapfrogs over him. He drops down, grabs him for a belly to belly, but SPM counters. A few well-placed punches to the face. And now sends him off the ropes. And he catches him with a right hand. SPM trying to scoop slam the big man, but not able to. And Varick with a suplex tosses him down. Varick now setting him up on the second rope and a double axe handle. SPM though back up and runs him over with a clothesline. He does it a second time. He ducks underneath the clothesline and power slams Varick down to the mat. SPM scoops him up. He got him up this time. Michinoku driver. SPM into the cover. 1, 2. No, Varick shoots that left shoulder up before the 3. SPM now locking those legs. Turns him over into the deathlock. Can Varick hold on? Oh, he's able to reverse and hit a punch to the face to break loose. Then to the top, moonsault body block. Varick now with a full head of steam. Oh, he went for an elbow, but SPM got out of the way. SPM sends him over the top rope and down to the floor. Oh, wait a second now. SPM climbs to the top rope. Diving elbow to the outside, but Varick moves out of the way. Varick now picks him up into a fireman's carry, but SPM elbows to the side of the head to get loose. Varick catches him with a kick, but SPM with a right hand. And now SPM grabs the head. European uppercut to the back of the head. Charges in, but Varick caught him with a neck breaker. Vince Varick now back inside. Referee's count is up to 5. He's up to 6. SPM starting to stir on the outside. Counts at 7. And he's going to be able to get back inside before the 10 count, but Varick is there waiting for him. Sends him off. Pop-up power slam. But SPM gets right back up to his feet. Trying to scoop him, and again, just too much for him to pick up. Varick, oh, wait a second. He's got it locked in. The Iron Vice. Can SPM reach the ropes or get out of this? No, but SPM gets a reprieve as Varick releases a hold. And then he caught him with a kick there. And now SPM trying to bring him over towards the other side of the ring, but Varick breaks free of the grip. He grabs onto SPM and slams him face first into the turnbuckle. SPM catches him with an elbow. Varick dodges a clothesline. Oh, takes him down with an Olympic slam. 1, 2, 3, got him. Let's go to our replay. As Varick showing that agility with the slingshot senton, but SPM fires back with a couple of clotheslines and a power slam. And then sets him up here. Scoops him up onto the shoulder, then down into the Michinoku driver. SPM would go for the cover, but Varick would kick out. And then Varick again up to the top rope with a moonsault. And then SPM out on the floor here, European uppercut to the back of the head. But then Varick swings him around with that Olympic slam, hooks the leg, and gets the 3 count. Vince Varick will be cashing his ticket at the pay window with a win over SPM this week on Madness. We're set for our next match here, and Judge Roy Mean extending a hand to the Cowboy. Oh, and a sucker punch. He lured him in with that one. And the referee calls for the bell, and this one's underway, but McBride comes back with a rocker dropper. I think the judge only served to anger Wyatt McBride there, but the judge trips him down to the mat and drops an elbow. The judge grabs onto the leg. Oh, and he got him locked in an STF. But McBride breaks the grip, and then a couple of back elbows gets him free of the submission hold. Both men now locked up, collar and elbow in the center of the ring. And it's the judge who slips behind into a rear waistlock. Oh, McBride trying to desperately get loose of the grip of the judge. And the judge now rolls him up with a schoolboy. But McBride able to kick out early. The Cowboy now firing back with right hands. Hoists him up and then a spinebuster slam. Judge back to his feet though. And both men locked up again. And the judge backing the Cowboy up against the ropes. Referee trying to get in between them. Oh, and the judge with a boot to the midsection and then runs him over with a flipping lariat. Judge now sizing him up. Double axe handle right between the shoulder blades. The judge scoops him up onto the shoulders and then drops the Cowboy throat first across the top rope. The judge now ascends to the top turnbuckle. Diving leg drop, but McBride moved out of the way. He sends him over the top rope and out to the outside. The Cowboy quickly goes out after him. Oh, but the judge caught him with a kick from the floor there. The Cowboy, though, firing back. Boot to the midsection. Clubs him on the back. Oh, but the judge caught him with an elbow into the midsection, but the Cowboy fights back with a right hand. And then slams the judge face first into the ring apron. McBride now sends him back into the ring. Both men back inside. It's the judge, though, who has the upper hand, but only momentarily as the Cowboy delivers some elbows to the gut. Big right hand there. Picks him up. Atomic drop by the Cowboy. Going to be hard for the judge to sit on the bench after that one. But the judge scoops him up. Cowboy slips out the back door. Picks him up. Back suplex. Judge, though, grabs him. Oh, I thought he was thinking verdict there, but no. Instead, a big downward spiral. But the Cowboy kicks out and then comes running back in with a lariat. He hooks the leg. 1, 2, and the judge shoots that left shoulder off the mat. Cowboy sizing up the judge here, goes to cinch him up. No, the judge counters with a back body drop. The judge now dragging the Cowboy back towards the center of the ring. But the Cowboy rolled towards the ropes, able to escape this chin lock. And now reversal in the Irish whip by the judge. The Cowboy goes over the top to the apron. Roy Mean drags him over the top rope and slams him on the back to send him down into the ring. Uh-oh! The gavel has been dropped by the judge. He goes for the cover and hooks the leg. 2. No! The Cowboy got the shoulder up and the judge thought this case was closed. He goes to pick him up, but the Cowboy trips him down. Wyatt McBride with the Irish whip. He drops down. Power slam! Takes him all the way up and over and down to the mat. And now look at that furious fist to the face by McBride, who now ascends to the middle rope. The judge trying to get to his feet. Double axe handle by the Cowboy, who goes in for the pin. 1, 2. No, the judge able to power out at 2. McBride measuring the judge here as he gets to his feet. Full arm dragon twist. Oh, forearm by the judge. And then just turns him inside out with a clothesline. McBride, though, grabs him. Exploder power slam. McBride sets the judge up here. Picks him up onto one knee. Not sure what he was thinking here, but now goes back in, delivers a right hand and a boot to the face. McBride sets him up again. Off the ropes he goes. And another boot to the face. Up to the second turnbuckle again. Diving splash by the Cowboy. He goes for the cover. He hooks the leg. 1, 2. And the judge kicks out again. McBride going right back to the attack. Tilt-a-whirl toss. Oh, what's he setting him up for here? Boot to the midsection. And again, maybe looking for that power bomb. But the judge counters one more time. He drags him away from the ropes, but Wyatt rolls back in that direction. Reversal on the Irish whip by the Cowboy. Oh, he went for that spinning kick, but nobody was home. The judge with a kick to the back of the head, or a stomp, excuse me. Trying to position McBride again. Might be looking to drop the gavel one more time. And there it is. The judge into the cover and has that leg hooked. 2. No! McBride got the right shoulder up and the judge in disbelief. Jumping leg drop to follow it up, and now the Cowboy trying to pull himself up in the corner. The judge kicks him right in the midsection though and sends him back down to the mat. And then just putting that huge boot into the throat of Wyatt McBride. Oh, but the Cowboy caught him with a kick from the mat there. But the judge is back up, and a boot to the face sends him down. And again, McBride liberally throwing those punches. As he now cranks on the neck of Judge Roy Mean. Delivers a stomp and then an elbow to the back. And again, with a flurry of right hands. McBride daring him to get back to his feet. What's he got in mind here? Oh, judge avoids the right hand. He took way too much time there. Sends him off the ropes, says the judge. Elbow to the midsection, back fist to the face. The judge grabs onto McBride. Rams him into the corner. He charges in. Oh, but McBride caught him with an elbow on the way in. Kick to the midsection. Sits him up. Twisting suplex by the Cowboy. He wants the judge back on his feet. Sends him off the ropes. Back body drop sends him down to the mat. Right hand, left hand. Full arm dragon twist. Into a neck breaker. The Cowboy going to ascend to the top turnbuckle. And a big diving splash finds the mark. Well, McBride eyeing the Judge here. Grabs onto the arm. Rolls him over. And it's the Outlaw lockup. The Judge, gets underneath the rope with that right leg, and the referee calls for the break. McBride with the Irish whip, picks him up. Oh, the Judge with a knee to the face. And then runs him over again with a clothesline. And now it's the Judge's turn to deliver those fists right to the face of the Cowboy. And the Judge going up to the high rent district one more time. Diving headbutt. What's the Judge thinking here? Setting him up. No, trying to pick him up, but McBride trips him down and then stomps on the arm. Up to the middle rope again goes McBride. Diving fish drop. He goes into the cover. 1, 2, 3. Let's go to the replay here as Judge Roy Mean dropping McBride across that top rope, but the Cowboy would turn things around on the floor, and then here with a big lariat goes for the cover, but the Judge would kick out, and then off the second rope, double axe handle right to the forehead. But again, the Judge would manage to kick out. But the Cowboy would continue to try and pick up wins here. Picking up the Judge here. Watch this. Tilt-a-whirl toss. And then the Judge dropping the gavel on McBride. But the Cowboy would kick out. And then Wyatt, McBride all the way up top. Watch the air on this flying splash. But the Judge would show that he also could take to the skies with this diving headbutt. But then diving fist right to the face. Hooks the leg. And would pick up the win. Wyatt, Cowboy, McBride overcoming the ruse before the match by Judge Roy Mean and heading to the winner's circle here on Madness. We're set for our next matchup here on Monday Madness, and it is Pyro taking on KJ Monroe, and Pyro charges in, but Monroe avoids him. And then Pyro takes him down with a super kick and then follows it up with a leg drop and a falling headbutt. Oh, he went for another headbutt, but Monroe smartly moved out of the way. But Pyro with a kick to the midsection and then takes him down with a clothesline. Monroe, though, caught him with a kick, but Pyro catches that kick attempt. Hoists him up into a fireman's carry position and drops him throat first across the top rope. Pyro goes in for the cover. He gets 2, but Monroe kicks out at 2. Monroe trying to get back to his feet. Both men now locked up. And it's the smaller West Coast kid who backs Pyro up into the corner. And we get a clean break. Monroe now from behind with a forearm. Another one to the back. Reversal on the Irish whip. Oh, and Monroe bunks into the referee. Pyro scoops up and again drops him throat first across the top rope. KJ kicks him away, and then a jumping senton splash. Monroe drops the knee onto the back and now goes out to the apron. Springboard twisting frog splash. But Pyro back up to his feet. Right and left hand there. And then a short clothesline floors Monroe. Oh, but KJ caught him with an inside cradle. He's got him hooked. But Pyro kicks out immediately. Oh, Monroe goes for an elbow, but Pyro avoids and then boots him in the face. KJ getting back to his feet. Pyro sends him off in the Irish whip and a back elbow takes him down. Pyro gonna go to the outside and up to the top rope. Oh, he's looking for Monroe to get back up. And he hits a double axe handle to the top of the head and goes for the cover. 1. Oh, KJ kicks out at 1. Pyro tries to pick him up, but KJ grabs the leg and takes him down with a dragon screw. Oh, he went for another senton, but Pyro got the knees up. But KJ comes right back with a Hurricane Rana. Kick to the back. Slams that arm down. And now Monroe working on the neck of Cy Pyro. Pyro gets back up, but KJ locks him in an abdominal stretch, but Pyro immediately uses his power and hip tosses him out of it. KJ, Poison Rana! Spiked Pyro on the top of his head. Pyro back to his feet, though. I'm not sure how he got up after that one. Takes KJ down and drops the leg on the arm. And again with that falling headbutt. KJ trying to get to his feet. Oh, he went for the misted Pyro, but KJ got the hands up. Hooks the leg over the head, spikes him into the DDT. Monroe hooks the leg. 1, 2, and Pyro gets the right shoulder up. Pyro crawls over to the corner, pulls himself up. KJ picks him up onto the top rope. Goes up. Oh, he could be looking for it here. Grabs onto the head. Looking for the dub CK. Oh, but Pyro counters and tosses him off the rope. Monroe crashes down to the mat. Pyro with a diving shoulder tackle off the middle rope. Pyro goes for the cover. 1, 2, and KJ just barely able to kick out. Uh-oh, Pyro might be setting him up for that choke slam. He grabs him by the throat, hoists him up. Oh, but Monroe counters it into an arm drag. KJ goes out to the apron. Springboard elbow, but Pyro moved. Pyro now grabs onto Monroe. Sends him off the ropes. KJ blocks the elbow attempt. Brings him over towards the ropes. Kick to the hamstring. Forearm to the back. Another one just bouncing him off those ropes. A third one. And now Monroe going to go up to the top turnbuckle. What's he got in mind? Oh, diving headbutt. He just torpedoed into Pyro. He scoops him up. Emerald Explosion. He hooks the leg. 1, 2. No, Pyro got the shoulder up just before the 3, and KJ thought for sure he had the win there. Oh, Pyro with a kick to the face from the canvas. And now Pyro going up top, but KJ kipped up to his feet. Oh, Pyro leaped over the top of him, but KJ running pump kick takes him down. Drives the elbow into the chest. And Monroe working on that arm. Going up to the middle rope and hits a diving splash. Monroe grabs the leg and kicks the inside of the knee. And now has it trapped as he works over that leg, really working on those that knee joint, those ligaments there. KJ with a forearm. Looked like he was going for a springboard poison Rana, but Pyro able to see it coming and avoid him. Pyro now setting him up. KJ back to his feet, but wobbly, and Pyro with a spinning back heel kick. Going up to the top rope is Pyro. Diving headbutt, but Monroe moved. Oh, KJ's feeling it, but Pyro back to his feet. KJ counters. Sets him up for the Irish whip. Grabs him, but oh, Pyro rakes him in the eyes. Double leg takedown. He's got him stacked up into a pin. And no, KJ reverses it. He's got the legs draped across the shoulders. And no, Pyro reverses it back the other way, and KJ kicks out. Pyro with a stomp to the back of the head. KJ rolling over towards the ropes, pulling himself out to the apron. Trying to get to his feet, but Pyro with a running shoulder tackle sends him crashing to the floor. Referee starting to administer a 10 count to KJ Monroe. He's starting to get up now at 3. Pyro just waiting for him. He grabs onto Monroe, brings him over to the corner, but KJ delivering some elbows to the midsection. He sends Pyro into the buckle instead. Oh, Monroe charges in. Reverse knife edge. Rolls him out of the corner. Off the ropes he goes. Basement drop kick to the side of the head. Monroe picks him up. Catches him. And full Nelson slam. Monroe with the cover. 1, 2, 3. It's over. Let's check out our replay here as Pyro dropping KJ Monroe across that top rope there. But KJ would bounce back. But at one more time, look at that. Throat first onto the top rope. But then KJ with this springboard twisting frog splash. And then Pyro go for the miss. But KJ got the arms up to shield his eyes. And then hooks the head with the leg and spikes him into the mat. Goes for the cover, but Pyro would kick out. But then Pyro would be the one attempting a pinfall here, but KJ refused to surrender. And then here, bouncing him off the ropes with those forearms. And then up to the top rope he would go. And then follows it up. Emerald Flosion. Hooked the leg. I thought he might have him here. But Pyro would just get the shoulder up. And then this was a real close near fall for Pyro. But then KJ flips him into a pin. Thought KJ would have him. But then Pyro reversed it again. But KJ would get out of it. And then here hooks him. Full Nelson slam down to the mat. Hooks the leg. 2 and 3. The West Coast Kid scoring a gigantic win over the Pyromaniac Man as he struts his stuff here on Monday Madness. We've got another women's matchup near here next for you. Easy for me to say, as it's Sigrid Sasha versus Meow. And Mimi charges in and tackles her right off the opening bell. And then around the corner she goes and hits the drop kick on Sasha. Mimi catches her with a right hand. And then a German suplex drops her right on her head. Mimi with a couple of forearms. Oh, there's a big time forearm that connected there. Sasha grabbing on, trying to break the momentum here. But Mimi sends her tumbling backwards. But Sasha with a boot and then a big right hand. And then rakes the back of Meow. Sasha sends her into the corner and runs in with a clothesline. But Mimi caught her with a kick to the head from the canvas. And now Mimi has a cross arm breaker applied. She doesn't have full extension, and Sasha rolls through into it. And then a couple of right hands breaks the hold. And then a roundhouse kick to the shoulder area takes Mimi down. Oh, and then Sasha spikes her face into the mat. Mimi blocks the forearm. Oh, leg scissors are down into a pin. But Sasha able to kick out, and then Sasha fires back with a kick. Slamming the arm of Mimi onto the mat. Sasha sets her up. Fisherman suplex. She goes into the bridge. But Mimi kicks out. That was more of a fisherman buster, but she still held on for the bridge. And then drives the double axe handle into the face of Mimi, but Mimi caught her with a knee to the face as she was trying to follow up there. Sasha now out to the apron, trying to shake the cobwebs free after that knee. She blocks the right hand and delivers a forearm. She gets back in. A couple of kicks, another roundhouse kick. Catches Mimi. Sasha now bringing Mimi over to the corner and driving her into that turnbuckle pad. Sasha scoops her up and slams her down. And now goes up to the middle rope. Mimi trying to get back to her feet, and Sasha with a diving leg lariat. She goes for the cover and hooks the leg. Gets two, but Mimi kicks out at two. Sasha now setting Mimi up here. Oh, Sasha gets the foot caught. Mimi traps the leg and then German suplexes her. Follows it up with a double axe handle to the back. Goes for an elbow, but Sasha rolls out of the way. Mimi, though, catches her. Has her in an octopus hold. But Sasha gets out of it and takes her down with a sidewalk slam. Sasha now, look at this, repeated headbutts on Meow. Oh, but Mimi caught her with a kick. Sasha fires back, but Mimi catches her and hip tosses her down. Sasha kips back up to her feet. Mimi was going over towards the corner. Sasha sends her off on the Irish whip, and she drops down. Oh, Mimi counters. Oh, look out, she hoists her up. And down with the vertebraker. Mimi hooks the leg. She might get her here. 1, 2. No, Sasha gets the right shoulder up. Mimi with a look of disbelief. Goes for a stomp, but Sasha moves out of the way. Mimi swinging a few kicks here. Underhooks the arms and takes her over with an overhead toss. Mimi out to the outside. Oh, she wants Sasha back to her feet. She grabs her by the head and hooks her. Swinging neck breaker. Mimi with the cover. She hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. It's over. Let's go to our replayer as Mimi, that trademark around the corner and into the drop kick. And then Sasha with the big windup on that clothesline. And then here, Scoop slams her down to the mat. And then she'd go up to the middle rope. And then dive off with that leg lariat. And go for the cover. But Mimi would kick out. Off the ropes, she would send her. Mimi would counter and then hooks her up, hangs her upside down, and spikes her with a vertebraker. She goes for the cover. But Sasha would manage to kick out here, but then Mimi would follow it up, hooks onto the head, under the arm, and swings her into that neck breaker. She would hook the leg, and that would be enough to score the 3 count. Meow picks up another win, this time over Sigrid Sasha here on Madness. It's main event time here on Madness, and it's the EWA World Tag Team Championship on the line. Rock and Rumble defending against Neon Hearts as Kid Dynamic immediately starts things off with a super kick to Blaze Valentine. But Blaze reverses things, and now a couple of knife edges. He charges in, forearm in the corner on Kid, and drives the forearm into the face of Kid Dynamic. This match came about because it was a couple of weeks ago that the Neon Hearts scored a count-out victory in just under 3 minutes against the champions. As the Neon Hearts make the tag, Valentine comes out. Zane Midnight comes in with that boot, but Kid now reversing things. Reversal in the Irish Whip. Dynamic into his own corner. Zane makes the tag over to Blaze Valentine. Kid charges in, went for a drop kick, but Blaze kicked him right in the leg as he was coming for that drop kick. Goes for a cover here now, does Valentine. But Dynamic kicks out at 1. Blaze working on the head. Rock and Rumble have had some stumbles here and there, but every single time it comes to the titles being on the line, they rise to the occasion, and they are by far the current longest reigning champions in the EWA as Valentine goes for another cover. Oh, you can see a little concern on Mount Monadnock there. Kid rolls him up here, though. He's got the shoulders down, but Blaze immediately able to kick out. Kid now firing away on Valentine. He snapmares him down. Oh, twisting front kick to the face. And Kid with a forearm taking Valentine down to the mat. He picks him back up. Snapmares him over again. And one more time with that twisting kick. Oh, but Valentine dives to the corner and tags in Zane Midnight. Kid blocks the left-hand attempt there. Sends Midnight off on the Irish Whip. Goes behind. German suplex. Oh, you can see Midnight holding the neck. Kid up top. Moonsault across the back. Kid picks him up. Sends him over to the corner, and the tag is made to Big Mount Monadnock. They pick up Midnight, and they set him up on the top turnbuckle. Look out, the champions. Up to the middle rope, double back superplex. And Mount Monadnock just throttling Zane Midnight here. You can tell Rock and Rumble were a little bit tired of the Neon Hearts running their mouths about how they beat the champions 2 weeks ago as they ram Midnight back first into the buckle. Kid now sets him up. Oh, he was thinking about off the ropes, but something caught his attention. Might have been something that Blaze Valentine said. Oh, standing sidekick off the Irish Whip, but Midnight dives to the corner and tags Valentine back in. Kid misses, and oh, Valentine with a backstabber. He's got Kid up against the ropes here. Double leg takedown. Uh-oh, he's got him set up. Slingshot. Throat first into the bottom rope. Valentine going to the top rope. Oh, but Kid takes the opportunity to make the tag to Mount Monadnock. He shrugs Valentine off like he's nothing and scoops him up, rams him into the corner, and then tosses him towards the middle of the ring. Monadnock goes for the cover, but Valentine able to kick out at 1. Blaze now trying to get back to his feet. The Mountain sends him to the champion's corner, but Blaze with an elbow. Double axe handle. Oh, but the Mountain is not phased. He whips him back to the buckle. Tag made to Kid Dynamic. Kid comes in, right hand to the exposed midsection, and then follows it up with a cutter. He goes for the cover. Here comes Zane Midnight to break up the pin. Oh, Kid going after Midnight. Now turning his attention back to the legal man. Kick to the head, one to the side. And then a ripcord Spanish fly. Valentine holding on to his neck as Kid to the top rope. Diving elbow, but Valentine got out of the way. Kid, though, driving those elbows into the midsection. Trying to recover here. He sends Blaze into the corner. And Monadnock gets the tag. They pick up Blaze, put him up on the top turnbuckle, and again looking maybe for that double back superplex, and down goes Valentine. Mount Monadnock. Oh, just ripping back on the head of Valentine, but his foot was under the rope. Monadnock sends him to the corner, and again the champions make a tag. And again, they whip a member of the Neon Hearts back first into the corner. Kid up to the middle ropes. Winding up. And going for a forearm, but Blaze moves and then drives the boot into the face of Kid Dynamic. Kid blocks the punch, delivers one of his own. Whips him over to the corner. Blaze caught him with an elbow. And hooks him. Swinging neckbreaker by Blaze Valentine. He goes for the cover and he hooks the leg. 1, 2. Oh, Mount Monadnock a little bit late coming in, but Kid was able to kick out anyway. And a super kick by Valentine. He's going to go up to the top rope. He might be thinking diving leg drop here. And there it is. Valentine into the cover. He hooks the leg. We could have new champions here. 2. No, Kid Dynamic kicks out. Blaze swings the right, but gets blocked. Kid firing back, but Valentine catches the kick. He trips Kid down, setting him up. Figure 4 leg lock is applied. Kid's right in the middle of the ring, but look at that, quickly able to turn things around, reversing the pressure of the figure 4 onto Valentine. Both men holding their knees, and then Kid with a drop kick, and Valentine crumples down to the mat. Kid makes the tag to Mount Monadnock. Monadnock picking Valentine up. Reversal on the Irish whip by Blaze. Reverse knife edge in the corner, but Mount Monadnock caught him with an elbow. Sends him to the buckle. Tag is made. Kid sets up his boot and Blaze gets rammed face first into the boot of Kid Dynamic. Kid drops the elbow across the knee and now goes up to the middle rope again. Blaze starting to get to his feet. Kid dives off into an arm drag. Oh, and then sends Blaze into the referee. But Blaze avoids the drop kick. But Kid takes him down with a Hurricane Rana. Boot to the midsection by Blaze. Another one sets him up, looking for a fisherman suplex, but is countered into a small package. 1, 2. No, Valentine just kicks out. Kid goes up for a Hurricane Rana. He's caught and dropped into a face buster by Blaze Valentine. Blaze sets him up. Oh, swings him down to the mat. Tag is made to Zane Midnight. Zane picks Kid up, but Kid grabs on and drops down into a jawbreaker. Goes for a wheelbarrow and up into a stunner. Kid grabs on, sets him up, has him up high. Oh, but Zane slips out the back door and then clips the knee of Kid Dynamic. Kid fires back with a right to the midsection. Blaze now counters with some kicks to the hamstring. Reversal on the Irish whip by the Kid. Kid has him in his own corner. Forearm to the back. Oh, hoists him up to the middle rope. Sets up the head. Super kick. Sandwiching the head between the foot and the turnbuckle. He went for the cover, but Blaze Valentine breaks it up immediately. Kid Dynamic now picking up Midnight. Swinging a kick. Oh, spinning back roundhouse. And the tag is made to the Mountain. Oh, Mount Monadnock with a big roar as he enters the ring. Grabs onto the legs, turns him over to a Boston Crab, 400 pounds sitting on the back of Midnight. But look at the strength of Zayn. Able to flip Monadnock out of the hold. Oh, but the Mountain runs him over. He sends him over to the champion's corner. Tag made to Kid Dynamic. Uh-oh, European uppercut. Kid's up top. Here we go, onto the shoulders. The champions out towards the middle of the ring, and the landslide connects. Kid goes for the cover, he hooks the leg. 1, 2. No, Zayn got the right shoulder up, and Kid Dynamic cannot believe it. Kid now setting up here, loading the springs. Standing 450 splash. Kid goes into the cover and he hooks the leg. 1, 2, and it's over. Let's go to our replay here as Valentine with that running forearm in the corner. And the Neon Hearts here off the tag. Valentine would whip Kid across into the boot of Zayn Midnight. And then hitting the diving splash off the middle rope. But then the champions would get things going in their direction here as they make a tag and they put Zayn Midnight up on the top turnbuckle. And then off the middle rope, a double back superplex. Quick tags employed here as they take Midnight and whip him into the corner. And the Kid with the big right hand follows it up with a cutter. And then reversal of the fisherman suplex into a small package and almost got the win there. Kid then dropping down with that jawbreaker and then wheelbarrow up into the stunner, taking Midnight down. Going for another pinfall attempt, this time after the landslide. But Midnight would somehow kick out, but then Kid getting the springs loaded. A couple of bounces into the standing 450 splash. Hooks the leg, and that would be all she wrote for the Neon Hearts. Rock and Rumble still reigns supreme as EWA World Tag Team Champions as they successfully defend their titles. But that's all the time we've got here on Monday Madness. We'll see you on Thursday.